Hello and welcome to Cavs Daily, your one-stop shop for everything Cavs related, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, we're here talking about it on a daily basis, hence the name. I'm your host, Paul Williams. Really appreciate you guys being here with me today as we're talking, you guessed it, the Cavs. But we do talk about other things. I mean, we were riding with the Guardians while they were making their run at the end of the year. We'll touch on anything big that happens in the NBA. So if you're into sports, especially hoops, especially Cleveland sports and hoops, I think you'll enjoy this channel. If you could, before we get started, subscribe, like, comment, get engaged. It does all help, and it does really, it's appreciated. So with that out the way, let's get to the first topic of the day, which is Bleacher Report's top 100 NBA players going into this season. Every pundit is basically doing this now, and while it doesn't mean anything, it's still fun to look at, something to talk about, especially as we now await the just days until we tip off the NBA season next week in New York. So till then, we'll have a little bit of fun with stuff like this. Starting off with these rankings, the Cavs, rightfully so, had 5 players make this top 100 list, though some of the rankings are still a bit off in my eyes and a bit disrespectful to some of our guys. But to start things off, we had DeAndre Hunter come in at 98 overall. I mean, at least he was in this one. He wasn't even in ESPN's top 100, so I guess it's better than nothing. But I still think he should have been a bit higher, especially with guys like Michael Porter and Cam Johnson, 20, 30 spots higher. I think they are very similar players at this point, and honestly, how DeAndre Hunter has looked so far this preseason, I think he might have the best season of any of those 3. So, yeah, I'm happy he made the list, but still should be a bit higher. The next Cav came in at number 47, which was Cavs center Jared Allen. In most of the rankings, he's going to be around anywhere from 39 to 48, 49. So, not shocking, not horrible. I do think he's much closer to 40 than to 47 or 50. But, I mean, he's a top 50 player for sure, and they recognize that. So, do appreciate that. He was 1 slot ahead of a guy we're going to talk about in a little bit, Markkanen. And I think it's a spot Jared Allen will move up from at this time next year, as I do see him having a pretty big year, especially early on with some of the guys out. Next for the Cavs, we had Darius Garland at number 34 overall, which is also somewhat fair due to how he ended the season. All of these type of rankings, mid-season or early season, or even in February and March, Darius Garland was top 30, top 25, and basically all of them. I could see why with the way he ended the year and then the playoffs. Left a bad taste in some people's mouth, but I still think he's a top 30 guy, but I'm not too mad at the 34 ranking. He was a spot ahead of Chet Holmgren and 2 spots ahead of De'Aaron Fox from the San Antonio Spurs, and 1 spot behind John Morant, who we've compared and broken down those 2 before. I would take Darius Garland, but I guess I could see both sides of that argument. The next Cav came in at number 14, which was Evan Mobley. And I guess I was going to say, I'm sure you know, but some rankings actually had our top 2 players flipped. So I guess it's not just a known fact anymore that Donovan is better than Evan Mobley in everyone's eyes. But for this ranking, they did rank Evan Mobley at number 14, ahead of some pretty big names, and the closest guy to him was number 15, Jalen Williams from the OKC Thunder. But he was also below a couple guys I think I'd put him ahead of at this point in time, in Anthony Davis and Cade Cunningham, who came in at 13 and 12 respectively. but not a terrible rank for Evan Mobley. I think he's closer to top 12, top 11, top 10, but 14 is fair, I guess. And him and Anthony Davis could go either way, so not too mad at that. And then rounding out the 5 guys the Cavs had in this top 100 ranking was, of course, Donovan Mitchell, coming in at number 9, one spot ahead of Jalen Brunson, who came in at 10, and one spot behind LeBron James, who came in at number 8. Again, not mad at it. I do think he could be a couple spots higher, and I honestly have him ahead of even Anthony Edwards. I think Spida is the best shooting guard in the league at this moment. But it's another one where I could see either way, and I could be persuaded to either side of the argument, so not too mad at Donovan's overall ranking of number 9. And, I mean, the Cavs having 2 top 14 guys, 3 top 34, 4 top 47, that's pretty formidable, especially when it's guys who haven't hit their full prime yet or are just smack dab getting into the middle of their prime. I mean, that's pretty crazy if you think about it, and it just is another stamp on the fact that this Cavs and this roster is one of the best in the franchise's history and one of the best the NBA has seen in a while. They still have to do it on the court and get some championships out of it, but yeah, this is clearly a very special core and roster overall that these Cavs have at the moment. And now to a very fun topic for me, as the Cavs have officially solidified the announcement of bringing back the classic 2003 to 2010 navy blue alternate jerseys that they wore with the beautiful wine and gold down the sides and the Cleveland across the front. Best jerseys in franchise history to me, and that's saying a lot because I think we've had a lot of fire jerseys. We've actually done an episode just about that. And while we have had a lot of classic jerseys, I think these ones were the best. These are the ones that LeBron scored 25 straight in against the Detroit Pistons in 2007. One of the most historic performances in NBA history, of course. Damon Jones also hit the game winner against the Washington Wizards in 2006 to clinch LeBron's first postseason series victory when he hit a dagger 3 from the corner as time expired and the Cavs punched their ticket to the second round. Just so many great memories in these jerseys. And I'm not the only one that shares this opinion. Larry Nance was just talking about it recently. He said these were his favorite of all time, and he thinks a lot of people feel that way, and I agree with that. Can't wait to see this new variation of Cavs in it. I wish they were wearing it when, well, actually, I brought this up in an episode when we talked about these jerseys earlier, I think in the first couple of weeks of this show, and talked about how crazy and weird it would be for him if LeBron happened to play the Cavs on one of the nights they were wearing these throwback jerseys. I said that not thinking and realizing the NBA is as petty as the NBA is. And of course, they were going to make sure that happened. So, yes, it is validated that one of the 8 times the Cavs will be wearing these throwback jerseys will be against the Los Angeles Lakers in Cleveland on Wednesday, January 28th. Tickets for that game were already going to be crazy. Now I can't even imagine. But yeah, that's going to be pretty insane to see a player playing in a game against a team that's wearing throwback jerseys that he made famous. I mean, that just says a lot about how long that LeBron guy has been around. But yeah, that's going to be fun to see and just add some extra intrigue to an already intriguing matchup. Outside of that game, the Cavs will be wearing these jerseys 7 other times, starting against the Bulls on Saturday, November 8th each time they wear these will be at home, so our home crowd can get to see them firsthand once again for the first time in over a decade. They will wear them in games against the Houston Rockets, Boston Celtics, Golden State Warriors, Denver Nuggets, Boston Celtics, and Miami Heat. They'll wear them 3 times in November, once in December, twice in January, and then twice in March. So there'll be a lot of opportunity for you guys to go check out those classic jerseys. And who knows, maybe we'll add to the memory and to the aura of those jerseys with some crazy performances in them this year. I know I'll be there watching, and I can't wait to see. Now, a guy that won't be wearing those jerseys for us, well, most likely not, unless something crazy happens, is Lauri Markkanen, the ex-Cav who was traded for Donovan Mitchell now 3 years ago. He's still in Utah with the Jazz. And coming off of a breakout season for him his first year there, he had another solid year his second year. But this last year, he had a really down year, averaging less than 20 points on worse efficiency than he's had in years. And I've seen it floating around recently. Would either team be interested in a possible Darius Garland for Lauri Markkanen swap? And I just wanted to comment on that and give my opinion and just say, no, of course not. Of course the Cavs don't want to make that trade. No disrespect to Markkanen, but we got to stop the way we talk about Darius Garland. Top 10 dynamic point guards that can do the things he can do on the court don't grow on trees. And while Markkanen is unique in his own right, being able to shoot the way he can as a 7-footer, he's also lacking in a lot of ways a 7-footer should not lack, like rebounding defensively, things of that nature. So no, I would not do that, especially with the contract he's on. I'd rather deal with Darius Garland's contract. So that would be a hard no for me. And we've said it in the past, I wouldn't trade him for Jared Allen either. If I could trade either Jared Allen or Darius Garland straight up for Lauri Markkanen, I'd say no to both. I think both of the players we'd be trading out are just way better fits on this Cavs team. And I think they're better overall players than Lauri Markkanen. So that I just wanted to bring it up because I talked about Jared Allen for Lauri Markkanen before, but we never thought about or spoke about Darius Garland for Markkanen. I guess contract-wise they would match up so the money could work, but that's a hard no for me, and I hope most Cavs fans would agree with that. But if you don't, let me know your opinion and let me know why in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Now, to wrap things up today, not a really long or big subject at all. Just news came out in the past day or so that the Cavs are adding former Cavalier Iman Shumpert to their broadcast team on FanDuel Sports, the Cavs channel that you will be able to watch all their games on this season. And I'm not sure if that was more of like a FanDuel move or a Cavs move, or if the Cavs really had that much say in it, but I don't like it for the Cavs. I just never really liked Iman Shumpert. I'll always respect what he did while he was here. He was part of the 2016 championship team. He hit a 3-point and one shot in Game 7. That was his only real contribution. But I don't know. I didn't love him when he was here, honestly, and I never loved him after. He talks a lot. He had a lot to say about his time here, and he's contradicted himself with opinions on the Cavs, LeBron, and many other things. And he's just not really my cup of tea, so I'm not really excited to see him covering Cavs games and being one of the voices of the Cavs broadcast team. They did announce Boobie Gibson will be coming back, and I'm okay with that. And it'll be cool for Boobie to see us playing in jerseys he played in as well and had some special moments in. But as far as Iman Shumpert, that would have been a hard no for me. I'm not sure, like I said, if the Cavs really made that decision, but if they did, I don't know why they would. I mean, I know they have to be aware of some of the things he has said about the Cavs. Nothing too crazy, but I don't know. I would have rather let him do that for another team. But it is what it is. He'll be coming on board for this season, so we'll be hearing a lot from him over the next couple years. With that, we're going to shut it down for the day. I have to finish writing a piece about our Cleveland Cavaliers that I'm excited to put together. If you're still here with me, first of all, thank you. I really, really appreciate it more than I could ever say. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and join this journey with us as we will be dropping daily heat. Everything you need to know about the Cavs, you can get it here. And until I talk to you guys again tomorrow, thank you and have a great day.